Hello friend, welcome back to Auto Resource YouTube channel and welcome back to Project Impreza. I was very busy recently and the 2002 Impreza, our project car, was patiently waiting for beginning of the services which needs to be done on her, right? When I bought her, I of course immediately checked the engine oil, the level and the quality. The oil was full, it was touching the top mark, but it was really dark. So let's take care of it today. Let's do the engine oil change. And engine oil can tell us a lot about the quality of the engine, right? And which shape the engine is. So I will not just pour it in my oil catching trolley there, but I will catch it in the different pan and we can look at it if there are any shavings in it, or right, look for possible signs of wear and tear. She was sitting here for a while. I was doing some interior cleaning, so the engine is cold again, and to get most of the oil nicely out, it's always good to have it warm, right? So I will start her up and run her for a while. And while she's warming up, while she's idling, let me show you the improved electrical wiring. You remember that nightmare I filmed and shared with you here? So this is all fixed. This terminal was actually bad, so there's a brand new one, right? This was not hugging correctly. This is all cleaned, all those bad wires are gone. I painted this strap, the steel part, right? The battery is correctly attached. So this is awesome, great improvement. And the engine is warming up, so let's use the time and check if the alternator is charging enough, right? Hopefully you will be able to see the numbers. So I have it on volts, right? What do you think? What will be the charge? Can you read it? 14, 13, 14, 12, 14, 14. Excellent. That's a good charge from the alternator. And that should be enough, right? The engine should be warm enough for the oil to get out easily. So let's put her on the lid. This rotary lid is without a doubt the best thing I ever bought for this shop, that's for sure. It makes the work so much easier, I cannot even tell you. So Impreza is nicely in the air, and normally I will just catch the oil in this part, but I want to evaluate it, look at it, right? So I will get something else this time. So for that purpose, I completely clean this oil catching pan, right? I will just put it on top of this one and I can start getting that oil out of the pan. I will first clean around this drain plug. There's a bunch of dust on it and sand, so I'm keeping this pan away. And now I really can go for it. And of course, you know, these Subarus have 17mm drain plug with that crusher washer, right? So that's what I used, 17mm socket. I'm expecting that oil will be really dirty and black. I saw it on the dipstick, obviously, right? But I'm hoping there will be no coolant in it, right? And no possibly any shavings and so on. I have a coolant, right? If you follow this Impreza project, you know there is a coolant dripping from that subframe here. That means the gasket, head gasket, probably on the driver's side, is already leaking the engine coolant. I took off my gloves, grabbed the camcorder, put the light here for you so you can see, right? So it's really black, it's nicely coming out. There are these leaks also on that engine filter, but look on that head, right? And you will probably agree, these head gaskets are puking engine oil, definitely. And it's a project car, so I'm planning on completely removing this engine, taking it apart, and at least replacing those head gaskets. Let's see if the previous tech, whoever did that engine oil change, did it right, and I will be able to remove that filter by the hand only, right? Not supposed to be over tightened. The only times you should need a tool, it's never. I mean, I should be able to remove it by hand only. Oh yeah, look at it. Both hands. This fella, this guy, previous mechanic, did a good job. I love it. I love that. Thank you, friend. And again, if you look in detail on that white filter, right, you see the oil. If you ever tinker with cars or work on the cars, you definitely will agree this engine oil is heavily contaminated. When I have a time like today, I usually wait for that oil to stop dripping. Just don't want to get it all over me, right? And then I finally remove that over oil filter. I'm sure you're familiar with subbies, so that this one is unusually large. Even says on it 30% more. So I moved that catching pan to my oil area where I deal with the oil here in my garage, and you can see finally in the light, there's a lot of light here, how bad and dark that oil is, right? Again, that was long time due to be done. Let's see what is inside. And this is a little bit like a gold panning, right? Because here is the pan, you have the fluid, but the fluid can actually contain some particles. So far I'm happy I don't see any coolant in it, right? It's just nasty, the smell, right? I obviously work on the cars at my shop every day. This oil was left there way too long. I'm happy it's out. I don't mind changing oil at 2,000 miles, 3,000 miles, I don't care, right? It's a 4.2 quarts of the 5W30, right? Conventional oil, that's cheap. The filter, if you buy even the cheapest, if you want to save money, costs like $5 or something, right? So let's see if we will have any contaminants in this pan. You can zoom on it, right, and observe the details. Anything in it? I fortunately so far don't see anything, right, sitting in it, except a very little pressure washer. That's all I saw there so far. And here you can see why I was cleaning or making sure this is perfectly clean, so I don't have a contamination from previous, right? The pan was clean. So you see these little particles here, that's probably the only thing which is left in it. what is code here, and back underneath the engine for those who are curious how look that engine oil filter housing. Here you have a nice little detail of that. And I'm definitely happy with what I have found here, right? This is good. A miniature debris there, which who knows what it is even. Feels like a little bit of sand. Who knows, maybe it was caught somewhere in this pan. Definitely no shavings. I don't see any coolant. Despite the fact we discovered in previous videos that there is a coolant leaking on the subframe on the driver's side of this Boxer engine, right? So this is great. I will replace that engine oil with new one. I might even run it for 1,000 miles and use that oil as a flush and replace it again, right? Just get rid of that really old and bad oil which somebody let go for so long. So this Impreza obviously has many problems, and that's why it became a Project Impreza. If you want to see the other things which needs to be fixed, make sure you are subscribed, because I will keep filming it and posting it on this auto resource. So thank you for watching. Have a great day, my friend.